the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody, this is the Ramble and I'm Alex and we're here until midnight tonight. Yay! Yeah, that's it. How are you? Good to see you all and welcome to our fine program. As I get too close to the camera, there we go. If I'm sit back here, it looks better, right? Doesn't it? Yeah, it does. I don't know. Let me see here. Let me get my mics up and everything. I'm trying to, it's Wednesday night, and a lot of this equipment hasn't been working for a couple of days, so I have to retune it and get it going again and all of that. And you know what I got here that's working really nice. Well, let me bring in our our Monday guest, a guy who is here always every Monday with us. Let me see here. Phil, turn on your camera. Wait a minute. His camera. There we go. Now his camera is on. Hello, Phil. How are you?
How you doing?
Where are you? In Versailles? What is that?
No, I decided since you have your living room, I would show you mine.
Oh, okay. Fine. Yeah.
This is the Hall of Mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you're very familiar with it.
Had something very strange happen today.
Yeah, what was that?
And I'm waiting for it to screw up. But if it stays this way, it's nice. See, I always had one camera that I used for my regular camera.
Yeah.
Right? Remember the one that used to go out of sync?
Right.
Okay. And then I had another camera that I used for Zoom.
Yeah, okay.
Well, right now, I found that I could bring in my Zoom camera and also use that same camera as my main camera. And they're working, and they're not... Before, it used to be couldn't run both of them at the same time. So I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is, but...
I understand. That's pretty cool. It's like two for the price of one.
Well, it may screw up. We don't know. You know?
Hey, you've been having some problems on the subways in New York. And I haven't
been having problems with the subways in New York because I'm not even taking them.
Well, you're fellow New Yorkers, all right? So I came up with a product that can solve the problem.
Really?
Yeah, what you do is this is the subway safety string, and you put this around your waist, and you go up to a pole or a signpost, and you put it around the signpost. If you have a lot of girth, then you can take two of these and put them together so that you can expand. Now, once you're bungeed to the post, bungeed, and it's very difficult.
Bungeed? Where did you get bungeed from?
Bungeed. It's he's a
whatever.
Bungeed. I think he's an Arab terrorist.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Anyway, you use these and you won't be thrown onto the tracks. It's guaranteed, or your money back. And
well, let me put it this way: if it doesn't work, how are you going to collect?
Well, the estate. But, I figured since you have such a far reach, why don't we sell these in the Gabnet store? We can use the extra money.
Well,
and it's a safety thing. It's good for the public.
Well, everyone leaves the show, go through the gift shop, and you can pick up one.
Right. Along with the towel with my face on it.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad that your camera is working.
Well, it's working strange because I usually have to use two cameras for this show, and now all of a sudden if I go to just me alone, look, I mean that's using the same camera, and it's in sync. So
I love it. So you're a boy band now.
I'm a boy band now. The other thing was I moved this thing, this monitor, and all of a sudden my sound went bad. How does that happen?
Yeah, well, nobody wants to know how the salami is made.
Well, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of this whole thing. I'm tired of everything, actually.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. I'm tired of everybody as I get older trying to get every penny I have.
Yeah.
I think when you reach our age and you're living on a fixed income and you've got some money, but it's there, that everybody tries to see how soon they can alleviate you of those funds.
Even if you didn't have the money, that's why they make attorneys. That's why they have Amazon and all these things to take your money.
Okay.
You know why they made the pandemic? So that you'd sit at home and buy stuff and help. So I certainly stepped up to the plate during the pandemic. It was like I couldn't press the buy button fast enough.
Well, let me explain something to you that happened today. See, what we're having to do, we owe somebody in this whole thing with the apartment. We have to pay the guy who lived here a large amount of money to get the rights for him to give up his claim to the apartment. Okay?
I have an idea.
Well, wait a minute. Let me finish the story.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got to half the money's coming from Marjorie, half the money's coming from me, half of it's coming from her Vanguard account, the other half is coming from another account that I have. So my business manager got the money into her account. Now he's got to move it to my account, and then from my account we got to give it to my lawyer. All right,
how do you get it from your account if you have to break the little pig and separate the dimes from the pieces?
Anyway, here's the point. So then he writes me and he says, well, her bank will want a $50 fee to move it to your bank. Right? Then your bank is going to want a $30 fee to move it to your lawyer's bank. And I'm going, what is this? I mean, there were a couple of other charges. So it comes to about $100. And I'm going, just to move my money around, and the fact that my money's been sitting in an account and you've been using it all these years? Because I'm certainly not making any money off the interest they pay me, because if I had, let's say, $200,000 in an account, let's say.
About $8 a year.
I have a little more than that. It comes out to about 45 cents a month.
Yeah.
In interest. Are you out of your mind? And now you're charging me $50 to move money around? Kiss my ass.
Well, we've said that about banks for a long time.
Yeah.
That's why mattress sales are up. And they put a zipper in the mattress now, so you have a place to put it, and you can get a lock on the side of it. And, nobody knows you got it in the mattress.
That really bothers me, though. It really bothers me, and it's just another case of let's get some money out of the old guy.
Putting the money in an account, you might want to put it in an escrow. No.
My lawyer said he would put it in an escrow from the very beginning. He said this later on when it was too late, but he said we could have put it in an escrow account. I'm not going to put it in an escrow with my lawyer. Why am I not going to put it in an escrow with my lawyer?
Because if it's an independent escrow account, you don't want to turn it over to the guy until you have the other part of the deal made.
Well, no, that isn't it. That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
What I'm talking about is, why don't I want to, from the very beginning, years ago, put it in an escrow account that he has? Because that escrow account isn't going to earn me money. But
you mean 45 cents a month?
Well, no, I'm talking about my money that, for instance, let's say I have my Vanguard account, my Fidelity account. Yeah. And I have to take that money out of there to give to him to put in an escrow account where it could sit in the Vanguard and make money, but it's sitting in his escrow account not making money.
Have you checked the market the last couple of days?
Well, barring that.
Well, you would have been better off in the escrow account.
Well, that's true. That's true.
And I had considered converting the little amount that I had in the stock market into cash. It had reached a point that I said, pigs go to, or hogs go to the trough and pigs go to slaughter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I said, well, maybe I'm a pig. I made enough on this small investment that maybe I should just sit on the sidelines for a while.
Yeah.
So I didn't. Now, all of a sudden, I'm back to, pre 20, was it 2021 amounts?
Is my skin too pink tonight?
A little bit.
Maybe maybe it is pink anyway.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, what I'm saying, what?
Your color is fine. I mean, you look fine.
Yeah. Anyway,
for somebody that doesn't go outside, that might be your natural color.
That could be. But anyway, so what I'm saying is, I'm not going to put my money in an escrow account where it's not going to be earning money, where it's just in there to be in there. I'm not going to leave it in my lawyer's escrow account, which I could have done all these years. No, I'm going to keep it in my Vanguard. I'm going to keep it in my Fidelity. I'm going to keep it in various places where it's going to keep making me money.
Well, I'm going to keep mine in my mattress.
Yeah, but anyway, but all I'm saying is, what's with these banks? I mean, what kind of there's a Jewish term for it. Ganefs are they?
Ganefs,
what kind of ganefs are they? I mean, that's terrible.
This is always the way it's been. It's just that money has inflated, and we're seeing bigger numbers now. I mean, 35 years ago, 40 years ago, I read an article about you in the New York Times in 1970 something. They listed the salaries.
No, that was New York Magazine. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, and it was in the 70s.
It was a cover. It was the cover, and it had a picture of several of us. Like Bill Graham was on the cover. And how much he made, and then there was a picture of me on the cover and how much I made. And then there was a picture of Morris the cat on the cover. Really? This is true. And he was making more money than I was.
Yeah, well, I don't remember how much it was that you made.
I remember the amount on there. It was $27,500, I think.
Amazing.
Which was a lot of money in that time.
Yeah. In the early 70s, it was. It was before I knew you and or had met you, and it was just a general article, and I just happened to have noticed it, and I just read it at that time, but I had no connection to reading it. But I just remember it was there. Interesting. So you see $27,000. You're paying more than that almost in rent. Well, you were paying more than that in rent. You're paying like $60,000 a year.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is that I don't understand why the bank does that. Or if they want to charge me $5 to do it, fine, okay, I understand. You got a little, but $50? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, there was certain deregulation that took place in banking that allowed them to make certain kinds of loans, and things just went crazy, and it was no longer a service. It used to be you borrowed some money, you bought a house, they used the depositor's money to make the mortgage. It was secured by the deed on the house, and everybody was happy, and you were making 2-3%. Nowadays, if you make 2 or 3% in the bank, you'd be happy, but it's not that way anymore. Things are topsy-turvy, and I leave money in the bank. What else am I going to do with it?
Well, let me ask you a question, because let's hold a little Gabnet meeting here.
All right.
Since you're on the Gabnet board of directors, aren't you?
Well, I am now.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering. Okay, so I do this show, The Ramble, 3 nights a week. I've lowered it to 3 nights a week. Okay?
Yeah.
And I get maybe total people watching it, if I'm lucky, okay, of maybe 150, 175 people, 175 views. All right?
Yeah.
Now I do this little like simple cut and paste show where I don't even use the switcher and all of that. I just go right on with it cold onto Facebook. And then I do the show for an hour called The Pop-Up on Mondays at 4 o'clock. And it, you know, I'm having a good time doing that show. And it's on at 4 o'clock. And I looked at it today, okay, to see how many total viewers we had as a result of it. Over 600 viewers since Monday. It's like in a 48-hour period.
Well,
Why am I doing this thing at night?
That's a good question. You know, if you look at total audience, you're picking up another 150 or 200 between the two. So you got the 600 and the 200. So you're getting total audience. If one show currently is doing better than another, maybe there's something to that format, and it would be a lot less taxing on you. Although I
couldn't do that show more than one day a week because its true value is it's only one day a week.
Well, what does that tell you? Maybe you should have a third show. So you got the Ramble where people yell at each other, and then you've got
we could do that on Friday night only.
Right, exactly. So you got your night show. You're picking up that audience, and maybe that audience would expand to 300 from 150 if it was one night a week, and then one other day you do something else.
Probably
your interview.
The interviews, like with you and with Bubbles and with
sure.
You know.
Yeah, you can rotate them through, and so that it's fresh, and all you do is an hour of the Ramble. Don't do the first half hour, and let Jack slave away at 5 days a week.
Well, he wants to.
Yeah, well,
so, if you haven't heard, Jack Bishop is on what?
5 nights a week.
5 nights a week. He's on at 10:30 in this slot, Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, he's on at his old time at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's enjoying it. Maybe one of these days he'll learn how to get a camera.
I got to tell you something fun.
Yeah.
Here's something fun. I just played a little bit of it. You can hear it when it happens. Mm-hmm. What I did is I needed to, because all these time changes took place, I needed to have Rob record some new words. I had a couple of spots that were done by Albert, okay, and a couple of spots done by Rob, and then I have the lineup promo in which he says, so and so, there's such and such and such and such time, and then I throw in some cut from the show, okay, and then another one. The spot I'm talking about. Well, so I did all of this, and Rob's been very busy, starting a new job, and he's,
and he got a Tesla.
Did he get a Tesla?
Yeah, I chatted with him the other day. He said he had to turn in his company car, so he got a Tesla. So now he's plugged in.
Yeah, but anyway, I didn't want to bother him one more time because he was nice enough to do the spots anyway. Okay, so I didn't want to bother him one more time, but I didn't have him record one that says, on Monday nights it's the exchange with Damian Chaplin at 7:30 at 10:30. Excuse me, at 9:30.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Because I had one that said 9. He's on at 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So I didn't want to bother Rob. So what I did is I took the 30 from my time slot, from the promo for my time slot.
And you cut it
in there, and listen here. Tell me if you can even hear it. Hold on a second. If you can hear even hear the changes at the very beginning. It's the first thing it says. Okay, here we go.
We're Gabnet, and we've got you covered live 5 nights a week. First, on Monday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, it's The Exchange
that's
with
not
Damien
bad.
Chaplin.
Yeah, it was a little.
No, you didn't hear it. You didn't hear it.
Yeah, I did. It was a little glitch.
No, you didn't hear it.
Monday at 9:30.
You talked over it.
Oh, okay. I heard it.
Let me play it for people again.
All right.
Okay.
We're Gabnet, and we've got you covered live 5 nights a week. First, on Monday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, it's The Exchange with Damien.
Now, can you hear it?
Yeah, there's a little speed up.
No, there's not.
No, there's a little change.
No, only because I told you. Only because I told you. You would never.
I
hear
understand.
It.
Well, you told me, and I was listening for. And
I thought I was brilliant. That I had some brilliant editing there.
Well, it was good editing.
Yeah.
It worked.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Everybody listening, listen to that again.
We're Gabnet, and we've got you covered live 5 nights a week. First, on Monday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, it's The Exchange with Damien Chaplin.
Now, can you hear it?
Well, when he said The Exchange, it sounded just like the 9:30 thing. So maybe I can't hear it.
No, that part of it wasn't changed.
I know. That's why I'm saying
the 30
Yeah.
Eastern is what I put in there, replacing 9 o'clock Eastern.
Well, I think that was a very
good
edit.
It was genius of me. Alex, you're a genius.
I asked Rob, I said, how's the radio station going? Mm-hmm. And he said it's great, and he may get some sponsors, some local baseball teams, and he's covering some local issues. And so I said, well, why don't you talk to Alex? Maybe, stream it on there like you streamed the sex thing from Florida. Yeah. And I don't know why. He would be want to do it. He said that he's actually paying for the music now.
Yeah.
That he's streaming.
Yeah.
And so would that be easy for you to do, or because he's got the stream running anyway, and he's doing the voiceovers, and
Well, I mean, listen, I would always like Rob to do something here. Yeah. Even if it's something else he's doing that he wants to port here. I don't know about the music. I don't know if he played it.
Well, he is paying for it.
But he has the rights to it on his station. I don't think...
but if his station is just broadcasting through Gabnet, why wouldn't, I could ask my friend Barry if he knows anything about that.
It's an interesting question. I mean, if I were a radio station and I were taking a syndicated show, mm-hmm. and they played music and they were they had the rights to the music and all of that.
Yeah.
Would I have to pay? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have an answer. I'm sure if I asked the people. Like
ASCAP or
BMI, they say, "Oh yeah, you got to pay us." That would be their immediate answer.
Yeah.
So
money, sure.
Yeah.
We'll take that. But I'll ask Barry. He doesn't know too much about internet, but he knows about radio stations, and he knows about paying for the music.
Yeah. So he got himself a Tesla, huh?
Yeah. Model 3. It's very cool.
What's the Model 3?
It's the $40,000 one.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. And now what he said was, it is so fast. These electric cars they're extremely fast. And I hope he doesn't get a ticket, but I guess you go really fast and then you have to charge it. And,
yeah, you have to charge it. Yeah.
I was watching a program today. It was actually on Fox, and some guy was being interviewed. He had one of those hydrogen cars, and he went across country. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see the whole interview, but how could you do that? I mean, you can't even buy the hydrogen cells much outside of California.
Yeah, but the hydrogen cells are probably going to be the answer. Eventually, because I think they don't take as much. All you do is put water in there, right?
No, whatever happens, the reaction between the hydrogen and the rest of the thing causes water vapor to be expended. That's instead of smoke coming out the tailpipe,
right,
a little bit of water vapor comes out the tailpipe.
Well, that sounds
good.
But
it's a chemical reaction between the hydrogen cell and some sort of electrical charge. And then the byproduct, I guess, is water vapor. And that's great. I think that they've also said that making the hydrogen cell and getting all of that stuff in there is much more it's not environmentally friendly. Matter of fact, it's bad for the environment, the effort that it takes to make it.
To make what? They make
the hydrogen cell.
Oh, okay.
But
when we say, "Oh, I've got a Tesla and I'm protecting the environment because I've got a carbon neutral thing," whatever. Remember, folks, you're plugging it into a wall, and that wall is going to some place which is supplying you with the power, which is spewing something out.
But it depends on where you are in the country with that. If you're in West Virginia, where they have coal-powered plants, it's causing a lot more environmental issues. If you're in California, it's not as bad. I had a customer that told me about fusion nuclear, and he works for a French company that this fusion nuclear doesn't have
Phil, nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear. I always get that. I'm consistent. Anyway, this stuff burns very, very clean. They're using it in Europe right now. The uranium, it doesn't. You don't get stuck with a lot of spent uranium that has to be put in the ground for a couple thousand years just to reach its half-life. And so this may be the future of electricity in the grid if they start using this fusion nuclear.
By the way, Phil has got himself a new camera. He's using the same camera I'm using. Well, not the same one here, but his own.
Well, yours works on two different streams. Why not make it?
Well,
work
I may not need to use this for if this works. If this doesn't freeze up at some point on the show tonight, and I have to sign off, then I guess it works.
Are you using that new Mac Mini?
No.
No.
I'm using
this is on the garbage can.
On the garbage can, yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be. It just seems to be that it goes on both. So anyway, I don't know. Am I in sync when I talk?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Everything's fine. Let me bring some people in here. You don't mind sticking around, do you?
No, I'll stick around.
Yeah, we like having you stick around. Let me see here. First of all, let me get rid of you here. Let me get rid of your name. There we go. Now nobody knows who you are. You're anonymous. And admit all. So that would mean that we would be getting Charlie Wallace, and there's Alan. And that's
the usual suspects.
The usual suspects, yeah.
How could people in droves not tune into this show with guys like Charlie and Alan? They're actually nice guys. And, you got nice guys on Monday. Why not nice guys? I think it's because you got that couple of girls that call in.
No, I think it's just generally the Monday show. You're on it, Charlie. It's a nicer show, isn't it? Its tone is nicer.
Yeah, we don't really discuss politics.
Yeah, and they like each other.
Yeah.
Really genuinely like each other.
Oh, I like your new intro, Alex, before you get on the show, where it talks about Jack's show, and it's got some of us.
I've had that going forever.
Yeah, but you have some new things.
I have new stuff I put in there. Well, you like it because you're on there.
Well, he's a loyal caller. He calls Jack's show, and so does Charlie.
I just like it. I guess I never. It's newer people in there. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
By the way, I need to correct something that Phil said. I mean, there are no power plants in Europe that use nuclear fusion. We don't have that technology yet.
Well, this guy's working on it, and
maybe working on it, but there are no power plants anywhere in the world using nuclear fusion.
I'll have to ask him where the plants are.
They're using nuclear fission.
Fission,
but not fusion. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I said it was nuclear, and not
Well,
nuclear.
Yeah, let's clear up something else that Phil said just for
Oh well,
clarity.
if we spend
Hey,
time,
I
if
thought
we
you guys were supposed to be nice guys. If you want some viewers,
we
were talking.
if we spend time, if we spend time on that, we're going to be here all night.
You were talking about bank deregulation.
yeah.
Thank you, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Alan, you would need 3 of these.
I like that idea. Strapped to the pole, that way you don't fall into the tracks. It's very clever, Phil.
Yeah. Well, is anybody else going to call?
Yeah, where is everybody?
Where is everybody?
They'll be here.
See, I mean, I get a lot of people calling the Monday show too.
Yeah.
But I mean, the amount of people that
Phil
watch,
doesn't get on the
the
Monday
amount of
show.
people that watch that thing is just incredible. I mean, compared to the other shows, it's still not great compared to anything else.
You have 31 on YouTube watching.
Yeah,
right?
big deal.
Well, I don't know what you have.
Boy, I'm making the money now.
Yeah. Well, you ought to. I read something on YouTube about YouTube and how these guys make money. They get sponsors. They get links so that when people buy something, they get a small percentage. And then they also have certain kinds of commercials, and sometimes they run 2 in a row.
I understand that, Phil, but these people also have 50,000, 100,000 people watching them.
Yeah.
And so they can then go to an advertiser and say, hey, I just on the ads that run before my show, I'd be making $1,000 a month if I had like 50,000, 100,000 viewers a day, you know? So, I mean, yes, you can make money, but you got to have people watching first, and I don't have that many watching.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you go out and get viewers. I know there are people who work at it, and they know how to get them, but I don't know.
Clickbait. Some people use clickbait.
Girls in bikinis and stuff.
And they also use free stuff. So there was this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, and he was an early YouTuber. He had a wine company that used to sell over the internet. I think it was called winelibrary.com.
Yeah.
And he also owns Vayner Communications, and some of his clients are like Apple and others.
And there's the other one, Les Vane.
Les Vane. So this guy Gary Vaynerchuk wrote a couple of books, and what he says is that he gives away certain content. For instance, for you could tell people how to be a YouTuber, or how to do what it is that you're doing, or how to do radio. And so he makes these little short things, and then people tune into it, and they subscribe, and that's how he gets all the eyeballs that he gets. So, but then he puts out a product that you'd pay for, a book or something like that, and so you'd buy that because you felt that you got so much free content from the other things that he gave.
By the way, we're losing listeners, Phil. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to correct something Phil was saying earlier.
Another correction.
What is it you want to correct? Anything?
I figure if we just have people calling in and correcting Phil, maybe we get some more people calling in.
Everybody call up to correct. It's called Correct Phil.
Yeah. I came up with an idea a long time ago, which was call Phil's mom. So if you had a complaint on the store, I would have it was back in the day when you had answering machines, and I had an answering machine on each line. And so I was I thought about it. I never did it, but call Phil's mom and complain, and then I'd do something about it. I don't have a lot of complaints, so there wouldn't have been a lot of calls, but it would have been cute.
Hold on a second, Kevin. Do you have something to correct Phil on? Something he said wrong or that was a mistake? Can you hear me?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. Usually.
He's speaking, right? Okay.
I'm not a politician.
But you play one on radio. Anyway,
Yeah.
this isn't radio. You realize I've been off of radio for 9 years now?
No, you did a Sabo show.
That was 7 years ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
No.
So
Let's all correct Phil on his calendar.
On his what?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So well, you have to take a number.
Yeah.
So we have a Supreme Court.
Ooh, very
Justice
good.
who's
Wait a minute, hold
retiring.
on a second. Keto bars. Yummy.
Oh,
Yummy.
yeah,
yummy.
For all of us.
That could be your sponsor right there.
Do you
Keto bars.
find
Just
the
call 'em
problem with it is, though, that the chocolate on the outside of it has a tendency to just chip off and fall on the floor and stuff?
up. Yeah, that's why I eat it over and have this thing all spread out. I have a system.
I do it over the sink. Or over the toilet, you know. Well, because otherwise it falls on the floor and then it melts and then you got chocolatey goodness all over the floor.
Yeah, the chocolate's really good.
Yeah.
Alan brought up a very interesting topic. If you're ready to go from chip
No,
chocolate.
we're not. We're talking keto bars.
We're
dude.
talking keto bars.
What do you think
This
this
is why
is?
the Monday show's much better. I'm out of here.
Brian, I was going to ask
I don't
what do
blame
you
you, Brian.
What do you
way,
think,
by the-
Brian? What do you think this is? Monday?
by the way, you didn't get a chance probably, but you're in the lineup promo now, Brian.
Oh, really?
With
Oh, wow.
with your rant about me paying attention to Mandy and not you.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I heard that.
That was good. That was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Justice Breyer is retiring.
Yeah, we saw.
I think he's being carried out by Kamala Harris.
And in most stores, when he retires, they're going to discontinue his ice cream.
That's right. Vanilla bean.
Breyer's very
This is
good.
pretty good ice cream.
It
Yeah.
is good ice cream.
Well, I guess they're planning on losing the Senate, and if they lose the Senate, then they wouldn't be able to. If he retired after the 2022 elections.
Well, this will be
they-
done before then, but Phil, I mean, there is something to be said for the fact that if the president wants a particular person, all right, that they should go ahead and give it to him.
No. No, it's called separation. Yeah, it's
Unless
the
the-
judicial
and-
and the
and-
legislative and the executive branch are separate.
Well, if they were separate, then the Senate wouldn't have to certify a new Supreme Court justice.
Yes, but it does it with a majority. It's just that the Dems don't have very much of a majority, and if they nominate Kamala, who's gonna vote in her place?
Well, she'd be a good Supreme Court justice.
We're going to need Manchin or Sinema to vote yes on this.
I think they will on this. This is not one of those issues.
According to what I heard, Manchin and Sinema have always voted for any appointments that Biden made.
Yeah. So.
And
Good.
I don't think it's going to change the balance of the court. The only thing I think is kind of shitty is that they're picking somebody because of the color of their skin and their gender, and not the.
Well, I was thinking that myself. Oh, wait a minute, I was thinking that myself today, but only from the standpoint that when you say, "Well, I'm going to appoint somebody of color," I'm going to appoint somebody who's a woman.
A woman.
I think what you have to say is, "I would prefer blah blah blah," but I'm going to put the best person for the job in there.
Exactly.
And I think there are quite a few women who are suited to the job, including Kamala Harris.
I don't think Kamala Harris is suited to the vice president's job, let alone a justice of the Supreme Court.
It's just because she won't screw you.
No, I blow me. That would be. I'm a little lazy.
But I mean, I just think that I think it would be nice if they did it to Merrick Garland, gave it to Merrick Garland.
I've seen Merrick Garland in action in front of the Senate committees, and I definitely don't want Merrick Garland.
No.
You
The good
don't
thing
want
is you don't
anybody.
have a
You don't
choice.
want anybody that's a liberal, Phil. Face it. You know.
Yeah.
Come on, name
Well-
one liberal you like.
You should invite him on the Monday show.
One liberal I like. How about Alan?
He's retired.
Actually, most of Phil's friends are liberals.
Yeah.
Why do they hang out with him?
Well, the thing is, I live in California. There aren't any conservatives in California, So I'd have to stay in my house all day, like Alex, if I just wanted conservatives.
Phil, all you got to do is drive east on Highway 4 for about 15 minutes, and you'll be in conservative country.
Really?
Yeah. Well, sort of.
A little farther than Antioch.
Antioch and Pittsburgh. Woo!
Okay, go over to the Delta, and you'll be there.
Oh, well, if I went to Antioch and Pittsburgh, I'd just get shot.
Exactly. You wouldn't make
That's
it
true.
there.
Okay, go past Brentwood, then you'll be there. I-5, and you'll be there.
Yeah.
They have a California passing some law for gun owners have to have insurance or something.
San Jose only.
San Jose.
Oh, really?
City of San Jose.
It's insurance, and this is just one more step towards making it a crime to be a legal gun owner and allowing criminals to run free with all the guns they can steal.
Right, criminals.
Well, the criminals have to get insurance too, don't they?
No, they're exempt. They're exempt, but they can vote.
Oh, okay, good.
You have a criminal card, and you don't have to have insurance. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to know how this is going to stop the murder rate in San Jose. How do seatbelts stop people from getting into accidents? Not very much.
Well,
Stops them from getting killed in accidents.
That's
That's
true.
a different story,
Hey,
Charlie.
listen, we want a bigger answer than that here in New York. How do you just not get killed in New York?
Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm like you.
Get a set of these.
I don't
Right,
know.
don't get on the subway.
You get a set of these.
But
That's all.
But if you're
$9.95.
if you're a cop,
Cabinet store.
if you're a cop, that's not going to protect you.
This?
Yeah.
Well, then stand on the other side of the column. Behind it.
Because what, we lost two police died? Or we had,
Yeah.
we had
Right, Alex. Yeah.
how many?
Yeah, two.
I
Well,
think 6 in 3 weeks.
6?
yeah, but there was 2 in New York just the other day.
Yeah, the domestic. Both of those guys died. Yeah, that was right by you, Alex. Oh.
Yeah.
It was in Harlem. Yeah,
But they also got the guy who shot him, right? They shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah. Shecky said he had a rap sheet a mile long.
They had today. They had a guy who was in some kind of stabbing. He stabbed like 3 people, and then he went jumping over the freeway, and he got run over by somebody on the freeway.
So there
On
is
85, I saw that. That was hilarious.
That's
Yeah,
great
so they
justice.
found this guy got run over on the freeway, and they went find out that was the suspect for the stabbing they just had with 3 people.
Trial, guilty, done.
Is this, right? Is this in San Jose, Brian?
Yeah, Cupertino or something like that. Yeah.
Well, they're probably going to start a new law that if you have a knife in Cupertino, that you have to register it and insure it.
Yeah. No, that's
Knives are
racist.
dangerous, too.
It's racist because those people that carry knives aren't carrying guns, and they're being discriminated against.
Sorta.
Yeah.
Doesn't a knife? Isn't it illegal if the knife's over 3 inches? It's like 3 fingers, or I remember this.
No, that's the penis.
Didn't they say like it was against?
Over 3 inches.
Is it 3 inches? Oh no, what?
Illegal.
You don't have to
illegal.
worry, Tony.
This is why the Monday show is so popular.
Alex, you should
No,
invite,
Jokes like that, right, Brian?
invite Phil on the Monday show just to see what their initial reaction.
It's a fill-free zone. It's a safe zone for nice people.
Pretty much. They probably did. Imagine he turns them all sour. They start yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
I almost called from the factory. I was watching it in the corner of the factory for a little bit, and I started getting too loud there. I almost called.
Wait a minute, Brian. You eat sushi from Lodi?
Yeah.
I saw that on
I
Facebook.
found-
I said, boy, you.
Was that in a Chevron station?
No, it was real Japanese people. So that's why
Bento
they
box,
weren't.
whatever
They
it is.
weren't other nationalities in the
I
back.
don't know how many
Oh,
people listening to us right now know Lodi, but it's not exactly the place you'd think you'd buy sushi.
Good. Wait,
Don't know that much.
Well, the
Yeah,
7-Eleven.
He
You get it at
posted
the
a picture of it
7-Eleven.
on
get him next to
Facebook.
the
It's kind of like,
hospital.
years ago, you must remember this too. What's your
Phil?
name again? Phil? Phil, you've got to remember this. Back in the day in New York City, and I'm talking about the 70s when I first moved here, 1969, you go down to the subways and they had candy vending machines.
Really?
Yes, yes.
I would have liked to seen a picture of that.
Well, wait
so
a
you
minute.
could
Wait
put
a
your money in
minute.
there.
I never. Did you ever buy any candy out of the vending machine
Oh,
in the
wouldn't say
subway?
No,
Up to the
but
mice.
you know,
I
Yeah,
thought
the
about
mice
it.
is-
I thought about it, and I went, "How rotten can this food possibly
Yeah, I didn't
be?"
think of
They
that. I
even
was
had
probably the one trying to-
sandwiches there and things like that.
Oh,
well, yeah, there was Horn and Hardock and
No,
Automax.
we're talking about the subway.
I know in the subway.
well, you're right.
You know, in the New York City subway, a friend of mine, not me, tried to steal some light bulbs. And the light bulbs screwed in the opposite way, so you couldn't use them at home. They screwed in counterclockwise instead of
They
clockwise.
knew they were gonna
Really,
take it.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's terrific.
yeah,
Must
it's,
be Polish.
yeah. You know, hey, leave it to a friend of mine to find that.
Couldn't you go somewhere and find an adapter to turn them the other way?
You would think it's
I don't know.
Hey, you know how much
I
those
tell you, they knew they were going to
you know-
steal.
yeah, you know how much those specialty sockets probably cost?
Oh,
More
yeah.
than it costs to replace the stupid light bulb.
Yeah,
Take the light bulb. We need it for the kitchen. All right.
Then they train the people to put it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's screwed in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of training too.
But anyway, they said these vending machines, and I'm never buying. As a rat is going by, I'm not buying any of this candy.
Wouldn't you say that when most of those vending machines broken or broken into, or they break the glass out and take the the candy that was showing in the thing?
Who would
I
take
The rats
candy?
that were in
It
it.
was also
Yeah,
nuts. They
I
sold
would go to
nuts
Walmart and
and
do it.
stuff.
Yeah, they showed it was one of those vending machines with the peanuts and the Snickers and yeah.
You know what I used to do, Alex? We used to go to the bowling alley. I used to make slugs and put it into the machine, like the video game machine, to get free games. And when the guy came to collect the money, he knew, like, who are the kids putting the slugs in the game? We kind of walked away like, I don't know who did it. It was us, really. You used to have to do we had like a little like type of metal. If you circled it enough and cut it, it worked, because when you threw it in, it was heavy enough. Oh, I got a free credit on asteroids. I used to go through with a couple of things. We used to fill the machines up, but spread it around so it wouldn't look too obvious.
He's had
But when
coffee
we was
tonight,
crazy-
hasn't he? Hasn't he? He's had coffee tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's called.
Yes, but viewership went up. It went from 28 to 31 as soon as he started rambling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's our good
That's
old.
my vice.
Maybe,
You know,
maybe add us in coffee to more of the members on the panel.
Yeah. But anyway, so let's see here. What else has been in the news? Anything?
You got the Supreme Court thing. That was a blockbuster today.
We may get a snowstorm.
It's
I'm
not a
sure.
blockbuster. It's just one story. It's like, and then it's one story that's good for about 5 minutes, and MSNBC milks it to death.
The stock
Yeah.
market's taking a big plunge. If anybody
Oh,
has
yeah.
stock.
Did it plunge again today?
Oh yeah.
Well, whose couch can I sleep on there?
Oh yeah.
I got an empty
I'm
apartment.
The
You gotta put it
Vanguard
up
fund
in-
is not doing too good.
What?
I have a McLaren for sale if anybody's looking.
Hey, doesn't that McLaren fly? Brian posted that somebody blocked his driveway while he
Oh, the
had
FedEx
to go
guy.
to pick up his daughter. So I'm saying to myself, well, why don't you just use the McLaren? You step on the gas, you fly over those FedEx guys. You know,
Yeah, I was.
put the
Not.
door.
It's a
put the door-
McLaren, not Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
No, it is.
How long were they blocking your driveway for, Brian?
It doesn't matter. I was right on time to go get my daughter, so I will look out there and like, what the hell these guys
On
doing?
the other side of the street, it was completely empty. Why did they do this?
There's a school there. There's plenty of room, and they just stopped right in.
There's a shopping center right around the corner.
Has Adrian gotten to the point yet where she doesn't want you to leave her off in front of the school? She'll walk like a half a block so her friends don't see her daddy
Oh
is driving her.
that's Simon 100%.
Oh, Simon doesn't want
Oh,
you
really?
leaving him off.
Does not like any attention. So
Why?
So whenever he's bad, I pick him up at school in the McLaren. Rev it up a couple times, honk the horn. Right when I pull up, I honk the horn. Right when I see him, he sees the car. Everybody stares and they're going, "Ooh, Simon, man, nice."
Yeah,
He's like, he just ignored him. I say, "Is that your friend?" Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, but Brian, where you live, the McLaren is the extra car in the garage. They all have the Lamborghinis and the Bugattis. And,
No.
Yeah,
Not like that.
Phil has a Pinto still.
it's a wind-up one.
The Pinto.
Oh my God.
Here it comes.
Oh, where is that, Phil? That's not Hearst Castle. Where is that?
That's the Hall of Mirrors at Palace of Versailles.
Yeah.
This is a model of my car, except mine's green.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a,
Is that you?
FJ
Do you
Cruiser.
actually own a Pinto?
No,
Does he?
What is that?
that's an Toyota FJ Cruiser.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a duplicate.
Yeah, and the hood, the doors open,
Looks like a
I
car
can
like
see you with
I
Hot
can
Wheels,
get-
Alex.
and look,
You want to get on Jack's show? Jack loves little model cars.
Yeah.
a customer gave me this.
Oh, really? He must have won the deal. What did you do to the apartment that he gave you a car?
Yeah, well, he didn't have his anymore, and
Oh, that was nice of the guy.
yeah.
Hey,
and-
Phil, is carpet going up in price a lot? Like
Oh,
everything
it's
else?
going up, Brian. He's about
Oh,
to
yeah.
everybody.
Oh, by
Everything's
the way,
going-
can I just say something? Because I've heard this on all the other YouTube shows.
yeah, what's that?
Okay. If you like the show,
Smash.
Oh, yeah, they do that.
Smash the subscribe sign right below us here.
Yeah. Well,
If you like, please do it. Oh, we want you to do
Give
it.
it a thumbs up too.
oh yeah.
And you
Don't
might
like
also want to click on the bell, which will let you know every time we're on and be annoying as hell.
Yeah, which is all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's a double bill if Phil's not on.
yeah.
Ding.
Bing, bing. Oh, Alex is on and no Phil. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
can-
This is the guy I helped get on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see here. There was some other stuff in the news, but I don't know. This is today the Breyer thing was the only thing. Excuse me. Although there is a new,
I think you got COVID.
yeah, I think so too. There's a new strain of COVID.
Yep. Yeah, there's another one.
Oh, I
Variant
picked
of
up
Omicron.
a half a dozen COVID tests. I had to go to Staples today
Wow.
and pick up forms to do the 1099s and the W-2s.
Yeah.
Because to do before the end of the month, and my bookkeeper came in today, and so I had to pick it up this morning. And so I go there, and the guy has got 12 tests at the cash register. So he says, you want to buy any COVID tests? I said, yeah, give me 6. And so I handed it out to all my employees that were at the store. And I said, if you're not feeling, hang on to it. If you're not feeling good, take the test and make sure you're okay. So that was my big
how
COVID.
much were they?
$11.99.
That's cheap. That's
For
a
one
deal.
or two?
I don't know. It was in a little white box. And
Said Staples on the box.
Yeah, and Phil's going to mark it down on their payroll as a bonus.
Imagine it couldn't be conducted.
yeah, it's an office expense. But
What
I figured, hey, if one of the guys says, I'm not feeling that good, then just take the test. I don't know how soon you get the results.
Oh, it's the one we have, me and Alex. It's 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah. And
And it's
I-
almost 60% accurate.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel sick, take it. If it
Yeah.
still says negative, don't worry about it. Come in, you're probably just stomach flu
Yeah.
or something.
Good to go. Good to
Squeeze on
go.
those people.
See? It says that.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing my due diligence.
Well, I tried
Well,
mine. We
do.
got 4 of them, and I
Mine
tried.
haven't shown up yet.
Well, I tried one.
Nope, mine either.
I tried one, and it didn't turn blue, so I'm not pregnant.
Yeah. Oh, mine didn't turn blue either, Alex. I tried one of them this week.
And how much Alex hoarded all the toilet paper during the toilet paper
Oh, I
shortage?
got a lot downstairs. But
Probably got a whole bunch of tests now too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we
So your
didn't
4
hoard-
tests, Alex, came in the mail? The 4 you got from along with the government cheese?
I didn't get nothing yet, Phil. I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
for
How
it.
do you get the ones from the government?
You just
go
go.
on-
They have a site. They have a
Yeah.
website, and you just sign up, and they send them to you. And I didn't know that Marjorie had already done it, so I went and did it.
Oh.
And they said you can't do it. There's already some being sent
Right.
to your household.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I
only
think post office also has one. The post office site, USPS.
Yeah, and also let me see here. There's yeah, and then also I think you. I think you can get some.
.gov.
Okay.
I think you can also go down to your local pharmacy and get free N95s from the government.
Oh, really? Wow.
If they have them.
One N95.
Yep, that's
You-
what they're giving out.
You know how long the straps on that last?
I don't know.
not as long as a hot girl on a date
got a box.
bra strap.
Why don't they hook the N95s to your ears like the other ones?
Yeah.
I've seen some that
They
do.
go around.
You have seen some that do?
Yeah, I've seen them that do. Just a different brand.
Yeah,
The
because
3Ms go around the back of your head.
I can't figure out how to get them on. You know?
Yeah,
it's
you gotta stretch them over. They go from the top. They go back down over your neck and then up the top of your head.
Wow. That's,
You know, I
Demo
went.
one?
You know those masks that you and Alan bought that I told you about from that 511? They're comfortable.
They're crap.
So I went back to 511 the other day, and I tried to buy some more. And so I saw the packages. I grabbed about a half a dozen packages, or maybe 9 of them, and there's 2 in a pack. And I put them on the counter. You got the paper one. So I put them on the counter, and then all of a sudden I look, and it had a shark teeth on it, and it was army green. I said, I don't want these. I want the black ones. And they said, well, we don't have any more. They've been discontinued. So I got to keep the ones I got.
let me see here.
Cancer causing agents.
Here are the ones that Marjorie got us. And these are pretty good, but you know, supposedly none of these are good enough. You know, now you got to get the N95s. You know,
Well,
now they
they've
tell
got-
us after half of us are dead.
Exactly. Everything is changing now all the time.
Yeah, they got a stockpile of the N95s, and they got to move them. Yeah.
Let me see here.
Well, those they don't want us to wear anymore either. The surgical masks.
These?
Well,
Yeah.
they're better than the cloth masks.
Well, these.
Double up,
This
you'll be
is pretty
fine.
good, but
Okay, Alex, here you go. Here's the demo for you. These
Oh,
are the
that's a good one.
3M N95 masks.
Mhm.
Don't look at the bald spot.
Mhm.
You take them out and you stretch the bands, and then you put. There's a nose thing inside here, so that goes on your nose. Very easy to put these on.
Oh,
You
yeah,
put
there you go.
another strap on and poke yourself in the eye.
He's gonna choke himself.
oh yeah, that's real easy to put on.
That
Yeah.
looks good.
Alan,
Oh, yeah.
Alan, never take it off. You look good with that on.
I knew that was coming.
Wait a minute, Alan. I got a test for you here. Hold on. Provided these the straps don't break on these, because they do. They suck that way. But let's have a race, okay? As to who? No, really. Get your
I
get your
have
N get your
Oh,
N
no.
get your N95 out. Get it ready. On your mark. Get ready. Get set. Go.
I think Alex won. So much for the N95.
Hmm?
I'll take Alex and the 49ers tie in the Bengals with the points.
Yeah.
God, Phil, you ought to get one of these. They're a bitch to talk through.
Yeah,
You ought to
these,
get one,
They're
Phil.
working. They're fine.
these are ones Marjorie bought a bunch of, and they're really very good. You know.
The one you're wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a big
comfortable.
gap on both sides of your nose and over here. And so somebody
Yeah,
coughs,
it's
tuck it
coming
right in.
Who gives a crap?
Nobody's
Come
coughing near me. I'm gonna,
boost it up. Come get me.
somebody coughs near me. I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
There you go.
You know,
I'll get him to cough a little harder.
what I'm finding is people are getting tired of being told to wear a mask, and a lot more people are rebelling. You know, I go into people's homes, and whether they're there or not, and I have a mask on, and sometimes they're not wearing a mask, and they'll say you don't have to wear the mask, and I say I just do it because it's the law, or it's there's a mandate that.
Well, I don't care if people don't like wearing them. I mean, this is a
I
matter
don't see
of.
any downside.
This
to
is
it.
a matter of public.
Attitudes
This
attitudes are changing though. It used to be there were more people that wore them that didn't. Now people are rebelling.
Oh no, you
against.
walk down the street here, and I see a lot of people wearing them.
Most people are wearing them around here.
Alex, and those are thieves.
No, the thieves don't.
man, I have them
The
on.
thieves wear masks. Okay.
Right. Yeah, of course. You go into a bank and you got to wear a mask. It used to be if you walked into the bank, you couldn't wear a mask. Now it's like if you don't wear a mask, you can't go into the bank.
No, not if you don't wear a mask, you can rob the bank.
Yeah, but hey,
That makes no
people
sense
rob
at all.
us.
That joke doesn't make any sense at
Officer,
all.
Don't move.
What's that? What's that?
Oh,
It's a junior LAPD thing that a friend of mine sent me.
oh, is that say 714 on the bottom from Dragnet?
No, it says 36 KID KID 367.
Yeah, the badge number for Joe Friday at Dragnet was 714.
714, yeah.
I know.
I love it when people bring that up. I was thinking the other day, is there anybody under the age of 70 who listens to Jack's show? No, because he somehow thinks that people reference that even know who Perry Mason was. I got to tell you, I realized the other day that there are people who are under the age of 40 who don't know the Beatles were. I mean, that's how much time has gone by, and that when you reference certain things, you lose a whole bunch of people. I mean, you just said bad 714. How many people here knew what he was talking about? See?
Sure.
Oh yeah, everybody.
And
And what was a 714 when in the 70s?
well, I know what a 440 is. 420 is rather.
714 was Aurora. So Aurora 714 was a Quaalude.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
the number on the bottom of the Quaalude?
I'm sure you do.
Oh yeah.
I never saw a Quaalude.
No.
They did have 714 on them. That I
Yeah.
do.
Why'd they have a number on it then, do you think?
It was just the
They
number.
didn't look at him fast enough. Just took him.
Right before you got in the truck and went for a drive.
You can't read the pill when it's going down your throat, right?
How come all my girlfriends always said, "How you doing? You got any ludes?"
That's because the Quaalude
No,
was bigger
because
than what they were playing with on you.
Man.
There's been a number of comedians that have passed away lately. Have you noticed that?
Last week, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of comedians who died, but
No, just lately.
it's on stage.
God hates
usually.
comedians.
Well, I mean, you're bringing that up, but they died last week. We're already
last
past
week.
that.
Well, I'm not here that often. I'm only here once a week, so
What we decided was what question we brought up the other night. Did anybody find Louis Anderson funny?
Oh, he died too.
Comedy legend Louis Anderson. What?
I only remember him in a
I
movie.
thought he
I didn't
was
even know he was a
I
comedian.
only remember him in movies. I didn't think he was all that funny.
Yeah.
I remember him being in. Wasn't he in the Eddie Murphy movie? He worked at McDonald's. I think he worked behind the counter. I remember
Oh.
seeing him.
So he didn't kill the crowd. The crowd killed him.
They filmed that
Coming
by
to
my house.
America.
Yeah, they filmed that by my house. It was like
Yeah. How
right
long
by my
ago?
door.
Like you mentioned, Coming to America.
Yeah, he was working in the back of the restaurant.
That's Eddie
does
Murphy.
anybody under the age of 20 know what Coming to America was?
Yeah, Coming to America 4 is just coming out.
How many people under 40 know the banjo scene in Deliverance?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, you got to be very
Yeah, you're
careful.
right. I didn't
You
think
got
of
to
it.
be very careful these days when you're referencing stuff and you think, oh, everybody's going to know who that is.
Yeah, well, everybody who listens to the show.
No.
Jack at the end of his show always references all the people that worked for Jack Benny,
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
except his first singer, which he doesn't mention, which is Kenny Baker. So
Oh, didn't he have
How
a
many
band?
people under 40 know
The
who
All
Jack
Stars?
Benny was?
Nobody, and all of them are dead already, so why mention them?
what'd you say, Charlie?
I said, how many people under 40 know who Jack Benny was?
Right.
That's right. That's right.
And all those guys had talent. And now
Yep.
people have all these YouTubers have no talent, and these are the people that they're remembering.
Yeah, that's
Idolize
kind of
these, and they're
scary.
making so much money right now.
Well, they're giving some of these YouTubers their own TV shows and things like that, you know.
Yeah.
And by the way, none of them do well. They then all
Wasn't
fail.
Justin Bieber found on YouTube?
What?
No, I don't think so.
What did you say about the beaver
I said,
on?
wasn't Justin Bieber found on YouTube?
Oh,
He was doing YouTubes and
yes,
somebody.
absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
was
So
that?
is that where what's his name saw him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
what's the black singer? I can't think of his name.
I'm drawing a blank too.
Randy, was it Randy?
No.
What's his name?
I'd know it if I heard it.
You know, but they, like, for instance, they had this woman who used to
Jackson.
do. You remember the woman who used to lip sync Trump? Do you remember that woman?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember how popular she was?
Oh, yeah.
They gave her a TV show on one of the streaming networks, and it failed completely. You know, just because it works for a moment in one medium on the internet doesn't mean it's going to be successful and translate into a TV show. You know?
You remember Diamonds and Silk? Two
Oh
gals
yeah.
that
They used
loved
to love
Trump?
Trump.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see those guys, those women around anymore.
No.
And I enjoyed them. You know, I actually
She's
I
doing
liked the
good,
way they did it.
remember
You know, one person would be, you know, doing it like she's in church, and the other one would be bobbing her head. Yeah, you know.
that. You tell her. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you
That's
tell
like the lady. My mother was in the hospital.
this
and had
idea,
COVID. She said, I'll drop her like a
but
wet
the fact
blanket.
is, you know, somebody said the other day that radio will not exist in another 10 years, if it even exists now. But you know, these podcasts are just taking over like crazy. And there are 3 million of them.
Scooter Braun.
Who's Scooter Braun? I know the name.
He's the one that discovered Justin Bieber.
Scooter Braun?
Scooter Braun.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that's what it
No,
is.
it was a famous black rapper.
Well, they said Usher was what helped him.
Usher.
Usher,
That's what it
right.
was.
Usher is the one that really helped him.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got him going, I guess.
Isn't that guy that calls the show from San Francisco, John, whatever his name is, isn't he an usher?
Oh yeah, he is in Usher at the theater. Remember?
Yeah.
At the Fillmore. Yes, thank
He's
you very
He hasn't
much.
called in a while, John.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's all in the family.
I'll be here all night.
By the way, since we've been talking about nothing really in particular,
Yeah.
we're up to 39 people watching
Yeah.
us right now.
See, that's the format,
That's the format,
right?
you know. But you know, the fact, you know, if we talk about things that nobody ever heard about, and they're listening to us talk about those things that nobody heard about, you know. But I mean, I just think that when you reference things like even I Love Lucy or things like that, to most people today, they don't know what you're talking about.
Tony was making me nuts tonight, writing me. He was
Oh, I
watching.
watched the
Lucy
movie.
show.
I
And,
watched it, Alex. My brother watched it.
Yeah, I mean, and
in
I'm
the
not,
car.
when I talk about I Love Lucy, I'm not talking about people who are 20 don't know who I Love Lucy was. People who are 40 don't know what I Love Lucy
you
was.
know,
People who are
immigrants,
50 don't know what I Love Lucy was.
immigrants know I
Oh, I
love
watched all the shows.
because a lot of people that came to this country from other countries learned how to speak English watching I Love Lucy.
In fact, I live with the fact that if I
recall.
went back to San Francisco tomorrow, where everybody says, please come back, do your radio show again, blah, 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 most of the people listening to radio in San Francisco never heard of me. You know, they never heard of me. Because I was popular there. When was it? When did I leave there?
The 80s, 90s.
1997. So that's 25 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Come on. You
Well,
know.
you had a long run, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the people who are over the age over a certain age may remember me, but under a certain age they don't never heard of me.
Most of them are going to be like Brian, and you know, Alan didn't know who you were when I first when he asked me, "What are you doing on?"
He still doesn't know.
No, he found out, but you know,
Well, Alan used to listen to Alex Bennett on the radio, but didn't realize that this was Alex Bennett.
Well, I'm not bragging when I say this. I'm saying this is to make a point, and that is that in San Francisco during my heyday, I was about as popular as you could get.
I
You know,
remember
my
when
show-
the book came out at Camel and you got a 6 share, and that was something to celebrate.
Yeah, but
I
I mean,
remember that
I'm
week
saying
when
that in
you were
San
popular.
Francisco, it was pretty big. The morning show was very, very, very popular.
I remember
Okay.
you on the side of buses or billboards grabbing another DJ from another radio station's caller.
no,
or
that-
You know,
something.
you like them, you hate them, and then there was not only there was a billboard going towards
governor
the
or
Bay
something
Bridge,
like that.
going
Yeah.
towards the Bay Bridge.
Right.
You were,
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that you know, I was that famous, but still, if I went back tomorrow, hardly anybody would know who I was. Oh, I'd maybe get an audience of people over the age of 60.
well, there's a
Okay.
little bit of a resurgence of comedy in the Bay Area again, and I don't know if it's going on anywhere else.
Yeah, but they don't know that I was the king of that.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
I think that they could put two and two together, because you could put your same format back together and just use those
No,
new.
I don't think
up-and-comers.
I don't think if I did the same show I did back then to begin with, I couldn't do it today. I was talking to Bubbles about this.
Yeah.
We couldn't do the show we did then. We've been taken off the air because you know, that's not correct. You can't do that. It's not woke.
Yeah.
You know.
But also, how many people really listen to radio anymore? Everyone streams their own music. All the Teslas have their own stations on the streaming lines on their cars.
Mhm.
Or I have satellite in my cars.
Yeah.
So nobody even listens to the
Doesn't the dish get in the way of the windshield?
Hey, Brian, didn't you get your wife a Tesla? What model did you get? It was at
Why?
the 3?
why.
Why?
Why? I don't know. Why? Why'd you get her one?
The
Why you
Model
ask?
Well,
Y.
no, because Alex and I were talking about Teslas in the first half hour, and
Phil was talking about it. Alex wasn't.
yeah, because
Is it the higher? Is it
Rob
the
got
higher
one.
they go in the alphabet, the more expensive they are?
Well, the S, I think, is the most expensive, right?
He did this. The first model is the S model, then it's a 3, then it was the X, and then it was the Y. So the 3 backwards is the E. SEXY.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, that's Elon. Elon did that.
Oh,
So
good.
Sexy is his first 4
So,
cars.
so
he
what is
built.
the cheapest one?
3,
The 3?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
newer 35,000
40, 40,000, something like that.
Yeah. Well,
You know, as far as I can tell, everybody loves them. How does your wife like them?
They're everywhere here. I mean, I know other areas, they're not that popular, but here, I mean, seriously, you just see Teslas nonstop everywhere.
I wonder why.
Oh, no gas.
Is there built here in
There's
Fremont?
no, wait a minute. There's infrastructure for Tesla in this area. If I go to Whole
Absolutely.
Foods, I pull in and there's charging stations, that say Tesla on it.
do they
What are
charge
the
you?
outlets
Do they
in Gilroy?
charge?
There's like 30 of them.
Yeah,
Do they
what
charge you to use those charging stations?
I don't know, Brian.
Yeah.
Certain
No.
ones they do, certain ones they don't.
Now, also Tesla,
That's the ones, the supercharger Teslas, they won't.
yeah, and doesn't Tesla give you a card or something for so many years of?
No, they know. You don't need a card. They know your car.
Oh.
Right when you plug it in, they know. Any Tesla supercharger station knows.
Wow.
And
Try it,
all,
Bill. We'll try it with
And
your car, Phil.
every company here in Silicon Valley, they have like 2 or 3 for each building. So our
Mhm.
building has like 4 or 5 on each side, and yeah. So it's everywhere here.
okay. So I mean, that's pretty good. You know.
So now, Brian, Alex and I were talking about the energy that's used to charge these plug-in hybrids or plug-in cars, and I was saying that in California, it's not as creating the energy is not as dirty as it is in areas where maybe they have coal-fire plants like West Virginia to generate electricity. Is that true? Have you heard anything about
I have
it?
no idea.
Oh, okay.
Our PG&E or anything hasn't gone up, and So
I do know that our last president was going to generate all our electricity with coal.
Oh, put your mask back on, Alan. You look better.
Let me ask Brian a question. Do you have the fast charger for it?
not at home.
Because there is a fast charger that you can buy. I don't know, it costs a couple
Yeah.
$100.
So you could do the wall charger, just like your 110 for everything you have in the house. They have that one. That one's very slow. Then they have the one that's like the washer and dryer one.
Yeah.
And that one's like twice as fast. And then when you go, like we go to work, the superchargers are even faster.
Oh.
The supercharger is like 2 hours and your battery's done. Yeah.
Okay. So how much? Let's say you're in a rush. How fast does it charge initially?
Supercharger, 2 hours.
If you're at home.
Yeah. I mean, let's say you're out of electricity, but you want to charge it enough so you can maybe go somewhere and come back. How long does that take?
Oh, you don't have to put a full charge in, right?
Right. But it'd probably take an hour if you had a low battery and you're trying to charge it.
Yes, Charlie.
But like if I'm driving to Chicago, that's a 1,200-mile trip, and I get like 300 miles to a charge. It's gonna take me a lot longer to get there if I got to stop for 2 or 3 hours to.
You got a plan.
There's a new kind of car that's not the hybrid, and it's not the all electric. It's one that will run all electric, and it keeps like a gallon of gas or something in a reserve tank, which it will then switch over to. What?
If it has gas in it, it's got to be a hybrid.
No, they're not called hybrids. There's some other thing they call them. Yeah. Half-breeds or something, but they don't call them. They don't call them that.
But just so like Tiffany, she charges it overnight. She drives to work. She drives back home. Maybe she goes somewhere. We go somewhere on the weekend. But every night it's charging at the house, so it's perfect for that.
But if it's your only vehicle and you wanted to go to LA or San Diego,
right? So when So when you go to LA or San Diego, that's close. Not close, but you actually go in there and you program it. You can program when you're leaving that morning. Say you're going from here to this hotel in LA, and it'll tell you your options where you can charge.
Okay,
they have stations all up and down.
Okay, but let's say you go and you use a Tesla charger. How long do those take?
About an hour and a half to 2 hours if you have a low battery charger.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because we go to the mall. We go to the mall and charge it.
How many miles? How many miles can you go on a charge?
I think it's 300 and something.
What?
I'm not sure. I think it's 300.
That's one I saw was like 300 miles.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's another car that just came out that's getting like 500. I don't.
Lucid. That's my friend just went to go manage their warehouse in Arizona. Lucid, and that one's 500 miles. That was a nice car. My friend bought one too. It's supposed to be delivered next month.
What's it called?
Lucid.
Really?
Don't they have a pickup truck or something?
No, just like executive car.
There's a car.
Yeah, I've seen one.
A Fisker.
Yeah, down in LA, I saw one on the road.
See, that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, there's a car called a Karma Fisker, and they were really good looking.
Karma Fisker?
Fisker.
Oh.
Fisker. And maybe it was the name that killed it, but
well, that one just went right past him, didn't it?
Well,
no, that's a really beautiful car.
Yeah,
it's a really beautiful car.
Justin Bieber had one
on the show 2.5 Men. After Charlie, whatever his name, Charlie, the new guy that took over the show, he had one in the show.
Ashton Kutcher had one.
Yeah, in the show. And so, but it was a Karma Fisker, and that was, I looked at that and I said, that is gorgeous. You can buy them today for almost nothing because
they can't get parts for them anymore. They're out of business.
Justin
Bieber had one time and got pulled over by the highway patrol, and they had pictures on his website the highway patrol standing next to his car. They'd never seen one.
Yeah, they're starting back up production of those.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah. But still, they're so like 40,000 right now.
Wow, we've got a lot of listeners to this. Maybe we just should be
talk.
We should just be chatty.
Yeah.
Just be chatty.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I'm never going to have another car. I don't think. Right now, I don't even know if I know how to drive anymore.
I went to New York.
But if I had a chance, I mean, I would buy a Tesla.
A friend of mine took us to dinner, and he had to call 24 hours in advance in New York City to have his car brought out of the garage.
Yes.
to do it. Now, what happened was we went to the DDL food show, which is that Dino De Laurentiis food show. I don't know if it was open when you were living there, and so I think you were in San Francisco at the time. And so we went to that, and he couldn't find a parking space, so he drove around the block while we and another couple of guests ate. And then he picked us back up. He went and parked his car again. So he waited 24 hours to get the car. Then he couldn't find the parking, so he couldn't eat. And that's New York.
The things that they've been doing, and I mean, I think some of them are pretty solid. But they have the I forget what it's called, but they like I said, I told you guys before. My friend and I walked. I think it's Simon and I walked out of Target, and these 3 kids were standing there. And this car pulled up, and they both got in the front seat, and then one guy got in the back seat. It's they bring the car over. But
no driver.
What they're trying is, like you go to a concert or a baseball game, and you can go ahead and have the car drop you off right in front, and it'll go get a parking spot itself, or like the mall. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and those are fast cars.
I heard that if you didn't have the 4-wheel drive, that if you only had the rear-wheel drive in a Tesla, that they were so fast that they would break loose and they were hard to drive because they had so much torque and so much.
I don't think they have 2-wheel drive Teslas.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay.
But I watched a guy talk about why
have you ever been in a Tesla, Phil?
Yes.
A friend of mine has a Model S. The thing goes from 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds.
Yeah, the one I was in was a Model S, and he did something, and it pulled out of the parking space by itself.
Absolutely.
The only time I've been at a Tesla was in a car here that picked me up.
Yeah.
And I looked at it for a second and I said, I got to be in a Tesla because it had the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so when you see the maps and stuff, I mean, everything's
but that's it. And every Tesla has that, right?
It,
and then you watch a movie. Yeah, and you can go. If you want to go to restaurants, searching stuff. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
It's like an iPad. It's like a huge iPad.
Yeah.
You
always see those cars in the future movies. They all look the same.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they are. They're all Teslas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, will somebody be able to figure it out to watch a movie on a Tesla screen? Because I can't do it on my GPS screen on my car, but you figure it would be.
You could use your iPhone, Phil.
Well, yeah, but there's
whatever happened to that law that you couldn't put a TV set in the front of a car?
Yeah.
I think it's still a good law. Well, it's not a good law, but it's still on the books.
Yeah. Well, there's our theme. You hear that?
Yeah.
There it is. There we go. Everybody dance. Anyway, hey, it's been nice tonight. See, that's what happens when we do just a nice show. Lots of people want to listen.
Yeah.
Phil, thank you for being so nice tonight.
Hey, I'm nice every night.
I know you are, just as long as we don't get into Trump and things like that. And Alan, thank you so much. What?
Remember a couple of years ago, I said you ought to have a no Trump zone, and you were still after the low-hanging fruit. But I think no Trump zone would have been good.
Anyway, Charlie Wallace, thank you. Thank you, Tony. Always good to have you here. Glad you had some coffee tonight. Kept you awake. Oh, boy. Brian, thank you so much. You're terrific. I love talking to you. And you too, Kevin. You're just the best. All of you are the best. All of you are terrific. Bunch of the guys hanging out. Everybody give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you, okay? There they go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let me see here. Let me turn off the thing here. There we go. We lost them finally, and they're gone for the night. And Jack Bishop is next. He's here with The Intersection. I'll be back again tomorrow night, 10:30, same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her. And please wear a mask or get inoculated or just don't leave the house, all right? Good night, everybody. See you later.